Okay, Clawdbot just killed manual outreach, and we are going to show you how in just 5 minutes and what you can do about it to automate everything to do with your LinkedIn outreach. And this is amazing because we're actually using this ourselves and it's getting crazy results. And I'll show you exactly what we do. So, all right, I'm sharing my screen. You can see this. This is the Clawdbot Postbeam LinkedIn outreach automation system. And why it's so powerful is because we've got Clawdbot connected to Postbeam. And so I'll tell you why you need Clawdbot. So Clawdbot is the execution layer. You can think of Clawdbot as AI with hands. It is able to connect to all of your different accounts, have all of that context, and actually go out and do things. Number one. Number two, you're setting the rules and Clawdbot just runs the tasks. Clawdbot is literally just like a person that lives in our Slack, just like an intern, and we tell Clawdbot what to do. And so, I told it, hey, can you go message 20 people in Postbeam in a Mills account that are in our ICP? And it just asked me to confirm, and then I told it what to do, and boom, it went and did it. And that is super powerful because it is doing the daily outreach work for you. It's not perfect. It is like a good intern. So, and we'll explain how you can set it up after. Mill's going to explain exactly how you can set up Clawdbot and how it works. And then on the Postbeam side, this is why you need Postbeam. So we got a free trial on Postbeam, and you can just go ahead and you connect directly to your LinkedIn without sharing credentials. And by giving Clawdbot access, you're keeping your account safe. LinkedIn isn't going to go and say, hey, Cassie or Mill's account is now being controlled by AI, we're going to block it because we've got those guardrails built into Postbeam, and it's a layer between Clawdbot and LinkedIn. It's also going to go ahead and identify high intent leads that are engaging with your content. And also you're able to identify people that are in your ICP who are engaging with other content that exists on LinkedIn. And you're going to be able to get these warm signals, these social selling signals, and it's going to handle everything from enrichment, ICP filtering, message context. And so Clawdbot basically has a clean system and a list of qualified leads that are in your ICP that it can act on. So the way you can think about it is Postbeam decides who matters, and then Clawdbot decides what to do next. And so when we told Clawdbot, hey, go do this, go message these 20 people in our ICP, what Clawdbot does is it goes into Postbeam. And so you'll see here, all of these people here are people that are second and third degree connections that interact with my content on Postbeam, or specifically any posts that have to do with interesting content in my niche. So I can go and find, people talking about interesting topics that are in my space. And then I basically got these lead filters set up. So this is really cool because you can see, I can filter people here by job title, by department, by geography, by company size, and all these other different filters. And by setting these filters now, it's going to give me all of these people in my ICP. And then you can see what it did for Mill. So today, when we told it to go, hey, go connect with 20 people in our ICP, it actually went out and it sent those 20 connections. And all of these messages are AI generated messages that are very personalized in your voice because Postbeam takes into account the context of the person, their position, their company, and how they interact with your post. So it's going to send this really great personalized message. And what Clawdbot did is it went into my Postbeam account. It toggled to a Mills account because now you can connect these accounts. And so you can see here, I've got all of my connected LinkedIn accounts, and then I've got my controllers. So Clawdbot has access to my account, to a Mills account. Clawdbot has access to my account. And then you can see Clawdbot now has the ability to manage hot leads in Postbeam for me. And you can see it's hit the connection limit. It's sent connections to 20 people. And the great thing, one other thing you can do is you could just add to your message template here. You can just add like a HubSpot booking link. And so that's what we've done in the past where we just had a Calendly link, in our message template here, or a HubSpot booking link. And then when it sends that message out, people are just responding back and booking demo calls. So it's really powerful. And then, of course, you can do all these other cool things with Postbeam. And we also get Clawdbot to do everything from like create content and just schedule content for us if we ever need to. And so you can see here in my calendar for Mill's got all of his content scheduled. And then I've got the same thing here. And so we actually use a ghostwriter to help with this, but you can also, effectively ask Clawdbot to do this, which is pretty cool. But Emil, maybe do you want to talk about how you set up Clawdbot in the past here, and what you're doing on the back end to make this all happen?
Yeah, I can share what it takes to set up Clawdbot. So basically, Clawdbot is a tool that went viral probably like, I think it's been built over the last few months, but it just went viral this past week, I would say. And it's kind of like, I think Cassie said it pretty well. It's like you're giving Claude or ChatGPT arms, right? So disclaimer requirements for this: you need either a MacBook that's like, maybe you have an old MacBook sitting around on the shelf that's collecting dust, or you need to set up a VPS. And that's basically like a virtual private server. You're running this in the cloud, like on AWS or another tool like that. It can get a little technical. So, you might want to get someone a little bit technical on your team to set this up. Again, don't feel intimidated, because you can get, you can also get your marketing person to manage your Postbeam account. Like, that's also what we do. And we've been kind of experimenting with Clawdbot, doing random tasks for us, which is being fun. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to go to Claude. It's literally CLAWD.bot. And you're going to basically run this on your console. Once you run that on the console of your MacBook or your private server where you got that set up, it's going to install everything that it needs Clawdbot for, and it's going to run you through like a little setup document. You will also need a paid Claude subscription and a paid ChatGPT subscription. You basically have like whatever AI tool you want to choose, and you can connect that. Then you also will be taken through kind of an onboarding guide to pick whatever messaging platforms you want to connect with it. I do want to say, if you're going to connect it on AWS, I'll share some like really good YouTube videos that walk you through the exact setup. Just be mindful that like, if it is live out there, like there's some extra security precautions you want to take versus if it's just like sitting on your computer at home. It's really cool to watch. Like, I saw everyone going out and buying these Mac Minis to run it, and it's fun to watch. But that's basically it. You connect it to Slack. You give it a little soul document. I'll just say, like, if you connect it to Claude, I think you can have a lot more personality. If you connect it to ChatGPT, it's just as intelligent, but it's a little bit still robotic. But that's basically the gist of it. You really just, you can follow these bash commands and follow that guide. It's really that simple to set up on a MacBook Pro. And yeah, the last thing I will share, like, we have also a marketing intern, basically going through our going through our Postbeam and managing that on behalf of us. And then we also have ghostwriters that go in and set up those posts. And then Clawdbot is coming in and kind of being like the extra additional helper. And I would imagine in like 6 months from now, Clawdbot might actually be better than some of the other people on our team to help us manage the Postbeam account.
Yeah, and I think when that happens, it's just a matter of getting, humans to do the things that they're great at, right? Like, you just have your team focus on higher value tasks. And yeah, if anyone wants to try this out, you can just go to postbeam.ai. That's postbeam.ai. We've got a free trial on the site. And then on Clawdbot, we're going to include everything below in our blog post on postbeam.ai, where we talk about everything here. And so we'll explain exactly how we'll include a link on how to download Clawdbot, and then also for Postbeam, you can just create an account for free to just get started with it. But yeah, and if anyone has any questions, just shoot us a message on LinkedIn. Super easy to find us. It's just Cassie Ait or Emil Ait. If you look up Postbeam founders, you'll find us in 2 minutes. Thanks so much.
Thanks.